Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
Hello.
sir. Good evening, sir.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening,
Hi.
sir.
Good evening,
Audible
sir.
for you as well as is it the slides are visible?
Yes, sir, I have visible you.
Slides are visible, right?
Yes, sir, yeah.
All right, so let's begin with. So today we are going to explain the topic we are chosen is scientific quality management assurance in major global industries. You know, today's world nothing is there. There's no survival of any industry without a quality management and as well as quality assurance. So here we are going to, in short, we are going to tell, in each and every time, in order to repeat quality management and quality assurance, I'm going to give a brief name as QM and QA. So this is today's world. No industry is going to survive without a quality delivery. And as well as no individuals, not only industry and no individuals is going to be successful to as well without a quality delivery. Not only an organization, not only individuals, nothing is in this world is going to, survive or develop or grow without quality management or quality assurance. So at this scenario, I would like to give an awareness of how globally the major industries how they are focused or their their survival and how the smooth functioning and quality delivery. So let's start with. So the quality management and quality assurance, we are divided into mainly this. There is two tiers. The first tier is core scientific quality domains. The first core scientific domains, the first tier, that means tier one comes on aerospace and defense, and the second on pharmaceuticals and biotechnology, and the third one automotive and electric vehicles for renewable energy, and the fifth one software and AI, sixth one semi conductors, and the seventh one education, and the eighth one food and agriculture, and ninth one healthcare, tenth one finance and services. So these are the major industries in the globe. They are prominent and importance to all human beings. So let's see how it is important, how the quality management and quality assurance is globally important. Let's have a quick glance. So the first we have mentioned already the aerospace and defense. So aerospace and defense, what all comes on this? The first one, aerospace and defense. Aerospace is related to the airlines. You know that, and aircraft, obviously, and aircraft. That is passenger aircrafts and cargo aircrafts. Such aircrafts mainly we could say aircraft. And spacecraft means, those who are now reusable. The spacecraft, SpaceX, etc., are using the reusable spacecraft, which you can go to the space and come back. And the satellites, the importance of satellites for the now the year of communication. There's no life and there's nothing is there in the globe without a communication. So the satellites plays a prominent role for the communication. And missiles, obviously, missiles are not used for the war, but as well as, is any safety of a country in the case of any coup or any such activities are there, it can be prevented by missiles and radar systems. the safety of a country mainly. Nobody cannot say is if it is a peaceful country also when it stands to allies, they may not be safer. So the radar systems are, we have seen already the recent the minor clashes between different countries. The radar systems has helped many lives of the many human beings and military vehicles. Obviously, military vehicles are helpful for the boundaries and taking care of the boundaries by the army or which are the authorities. And so on the airspace and air for the airlines, the first comes AAS 9100 and AS 9110 and as well as AN 9120. These are the certain quality assurance practices that's mainly are there in US, Canada, Europe, and Japan. These are mainly used for manufacture of airlines or aircrafts and as well as manufacture and repair and stock. So AS 9100 mainly used for manufacturing the airlines or aircraft, and AS AS 9100 is mainly repairing, and AS 9120 is for stocks. These are the assurance or quality management aspects used in airlines by using these standard parameters. So, aerospace quality management systems issued by International Aerospace Quality Group. This is normally known as IAQG. And all the parameters issued by this IAQG. And mainly, we have already seen that mainly it's prominent in the countries US, Canada, Europe, and Japan because they have proved their eminence on this aspect. So they IAQ mainly mean for ensure safety, reliability, and risk management and fully traceability in aerospace design, manufacturing, maintenance, distribution, and audit. At the finally, it comes on audit. When we observe the safety regulations or assurance or safety global assurance and management and how effective easily identifiable because in 2025 overall 1.6 million aircrafts are moved around. 1.6 million aircrafts are moved around. Among this, the fatality happened only 0.6 percentage. That means 0.6 percentage only the fatality happened uh, during or 1.6 million airlines traveled across the globe. Among that, only one airline met the fatality. So that obviously shows how the quality and assurance in the airlines or aircraft is prominent and helpful for the saving human lives. Like basically in passenger aircraft maybe have 200 to 400 um, persons are traveling from one place to another. If anything happened, there's a thousands of lives will be affected. So this is the reason in globally the quality assurance and quality management is considered. Airlines comes on the number one position. And on this, and another agency takes care of NADCAP, that's a National Aerospace and Defense Contractors Accreditation Program. This is a special process on accreditation administered by Performance Review Institute under International Air Quality Group to certify critical manufacturing process like welding and heat treatment and non-destructive testing. As an aircraft is concerned, there is, airless and heatless and non-destructive has to be an aircraft. So on this aspect, this NADCAP is an accreditation organization. They are taking place of this particular element. And another accreditation or assurance on aircraft comes on DO178C and DO178C as an international standard for the development and certification of airborne software in aircraft systems. As you are aware, like the condition of the aircraft, the software is and the operation is also prominent in an aircraft. So international, this U17 8C is the program or assurance system that internationally take care of certificate airborne software control systems. So software safety standard issued by RTCA, Airborne Software Hardware Insurance Liability Organization, Airborne Systems, Software Systems. So this DO178C is the normally known as software regulation or assurance capability programs. And the next one is MILSTD. This is next one is the another assurance quality management or quality assurance system in aerospace management. And this is mainly lead for military quality standards issued by US Department of Defense. As you know, like the world's most of the military part or military sales or military deployment is managed by or controlled by US. So they have developed the system MILSTD. So the next we are going to the second quality assurance or global industry standard programs, so that is pharmaceutical and biotechnology. So the pharmaceutical mainly plays a prominent role in a human being's survival or their happily or smooth day-to-day life activity. So medicines, vaccines, biological and gene therapies, diagnostic systems, and medical devices are the comes on the second element for quality management and assurance programs in the global or international industries. So among this, when we talk about pharmaceutical and biotechnology, the first comes on first quality assurance comes on GMP. That is a good manufacturing practices. That is a regulatory manufacturing guidelines issued by FDA, Federal Drug Administration. That's an authority by US and European Medicines Agency, as well as World Health Organization, ensure drugs are consistently, prominently controlled according to the quality standards. So these are the major organizations on the quality aspects. They are taking care of the globally the major drug or pharmaceutical controls. Then the next comes on this GXP, that is a good practice. This is mainly means by GXP, it's mainly means by good practice framework issued by World World Health Organization and as well as FDA and ICH. ICH is normally a harmonization project in Switzerland to ensure integrity, safety, and reliability across the laboratory. Everything is tested through the laboratory or any new inventions or developments is happening through the labs. As you are aware, I don't know, maybe everyone remember the pandemic of 2019. That was so louder and that was affected by all over the globe as well as all of the individuals in the globe. So during that time, the human race has been saved by laboratories and the new medicine, COVID medicine, they have invented in the laboratory. Even it's necessary clinical, even the importance is concerned, the clinical trials are important, even though even such a pandemic also, the authorities are gone to the necessary clinical trials, then only the medicine was used or distribution process started on this. So that is an examples how important for pharmaceutical and biotechnology field that these practices, the quality assurance practices are eminent for human human welfare and human safety. So the next GMP mainly known as a good manufacturing practice. That's mainly FDA, EMA, and World Health Organization ensure drugs are consistently produced to quality standard. And GXP, we have mentioned, it's a GLP, GCP, and laboratory and clinical and humanization practices. They are controlled by World Health Organization, FDA, and ICH, ensure integrity, safety, and reliability across life sciences process, and particularly the use of pharmaceutical and biotechnology elements. So here, the focus on these regulatory manufacturing guidelines used to ensure drugs are consistently produced and controlled. This is already happening in all the countries are very particular on this, and that is already taking place nowadays because this is all happening to the controlling system or quality management and assurance system. No doubt on this. And this, while we talk about this framework ensures integrity and reliability. Integrity, you mean, that particular feeling to a particular instrument, or reliability, because we are, all the individuals are using medicine. Okay. So without any doubts, we are using the medicine. We don't have, normally we don't have a second thought. If a doctor prescribes a medicine, we don't go for a second thought. So that happening, the reliability of the laboratory, clinical, and distribution processes. This is applies to the medicines, vaccines, biological and gene diagnostic kits, and medical devices. So when you control, when you again comes on this, the next parameter or next assurance necessity program comes on ICH Q8 Q11. It's an international council for harmonization. That means it's a quality series, pharmaceutical quality guidelines issued by ICH to promote um, quality by design, risk management, and life cycle quality control in drug development. So, could anyone answer? When we control when promoting, when coming to the market for a medicine or drug is concerned, or the risk management aspect, what the authorities done normally for the to clear risk management, what is the process taken for the quality assurance of medicine? Does anyone can answer this? Is anybody there? You can answer this. How the risk management is controlled by drug manufacturers on the quality assurance?
Yeah, first they will test some more people. Then, if it have any side effect, then they will evaluate and
Very good, excellent, very good, very good. So that is the normal process. They will test necessary persons. It's based on the the importance. They test many. It's normally known as clinical trials. So after the clinical trials only, they are supposed to distribute the particular medicine. The next comes ISO 13485. When we talk about ISO, I don't believe that nobody can have any doubts. There is an industry is free from ISO. All the industries, what I have noticed is I didn't notice the industry which is free from ISO because international standard, international organization for standard plays a prominent role for the quality of all or quality assurance of any industry. So that ensures nowadays that is ensured the quality of any industry or any particular field is concerned. So here ISO 13485 is a medical device quality management system issued by ISO to ensure regulatory compliance. Regulatory compliance means every country and every government have medical regulatory systems and regulations will be there or practice. There will be an authority uh, to pass through or to control or sanction. So the government authority is normally known as regulatory compliance authority, and the product safety and effectiveness of medical devices. And the next on this quality assurance comes on 21 CFR Part 2. This is a code of federal regulations mainly. That is, federal regulations mainly comes on US based. An electronic record regulation issued by FDA to ensure trustworthiness, security, and traceability of digital pharmaceutical data. This is the digital. This is regarding digital awareness or digital documentation of the medicines or pharmaceutical biotechnology elements. That is normally known as 21 CFR Part 11. And here in India is concerned, CDSCO is a standard control organization. This is done by Indian authorities. And there is ICH Q8 Q11, that is an international counseling pharmaceutical practices that is controlled by international ICH. That is promote quality by design, life cycle, and control integrity. As you are aware, most of the players in the medical or pharmaceutical segments are international players, or national players are very less when we consider to the pharmaceutical and biotechnology all over the globe. And ISO 13485 is again medical device quality management practices. It's international. ISO ensure regulatory compliance. Again, it's a government-based regulatory compliance, safety of devices. And so this mainly we have regulated. We are on this. We have mainly we realized this is all based on not only the there are governments or organizations are very particular on regulatory regulations and rules. There is another reason, very particular, the human safety and human well-being, um, the management assurance and the quality management assurance is done by regulatory or government authorities. This framework ensures ICH, ICO, and ISO standards allow credible to operate across international borders. So when you have this international accreditations only, you are able to export or distribute to uh, other nations or other places. So the next we are moving on to the QM and QA. The next slide we are moving on to the automotive and electronic vehicle segment. And this we are mainly focused on passenger vehicles, electric vehicles, batteries, charging systems, autonomous systems, and automotive electronics. So now the automotive industry has developed very far. Now it's very common, and it's going to be common as well. The driverless vehicles are automotive, cars are moving around. It's not. There are certain, and many countries are still comes on that particular segment. That means development is taking place, and shortly it's going to be taken. You can see very often we are moving around with a driverless. Uh, automobile vehicles. And mainly on this segment, the main development we can see in the electric vehicles. So what is the peculiarities of the electric vehicles? Because this is the benefit or the blessing of this carbon dioxide. This can be avoided, carbon dioxide emissions. So you can have a very greener or green energy based atmosphere and carbon-free life that will be certainly develop a human beings' life expectancy, because if you have a good atmosphere is there or good breathing possibilities there, human beings' life expectancy will be increased, and as well as that is the overall society is concerned, life expectancy will be increased. But as well as the individuals is concerned, this is the economically viable, because the electric vehicles are compared to the many countries. I'm not saying all the countries. There are certain countries are very expensive. Petrol is very expensive. So those countries and the public or human beings can going to afford and economically make viable about the electric vehicles. That is the benefit, or because this fundamentally quality assurance is the another reason for the strict scientific developments, and so monitored and strict evaluations and documentation based management assurance programs are the reason, I believe, certainly are the reason for this growth of each and every industry is concerned, and as well as batteries, charging systems, autonomous systems, and automotive electronics. So when we consider about the automotive quality management system, IATF 116 and 49 is the automotive quality management system is issued by IATF to prevent defects, reduce variation, and ensure safety and reliability in automotive supply chains. And the next comes on this ISO 26262, functional safety standard issued by ISO to reduce risks of electronics and software failures road vehicles. So, as we said earlier, because of the quality standards, among 1.6 aircrafts travel across the globe, but 0.06 percentage is the fatality. That means, the defect. There is only one aircrafts happen to be met with fatality. So similarly, the quality assurance are happen because I've read recently. I was so shocked to see that there was a particular brand of a car brand happened to stop. The engine stopped in the middle of the road, but fortunately, nothing had happened. I was so wondered. Even though the stringent and strict manufacturing and assurance practices this is happening in maybe once one among the millions, it may be happening. Otherwise, it's going to be familiar, or it's going to be published. This particular brand has met, they have a failure on their electronics failure, and the vehicle got struck in the middle of the road. Means nobody's going to buy that particular brand. So all the brands they are ensured day by day the assurance in nature, uh, management quality of the automobile segments. So these are the issued by ISO to reduce risk of electronic software and failures in road vehicles. So these are the defects which may These are the problems which may face if an automotive vehicle happens to be failure their systems and assurance, quality assurance fails on their aspects. So when we talk about automotive and the next comes on APQP and PPAP. These are automotive quality planning tools issued by Automotive Industry Action Group Automotive Standards to ensure systematic product development and production approval. And the next one comes on. This is Six Sigma. This is a process improvement methodology developed by Motorola and GE to minimize defect variability using statistical methods. That means they have a data and they have calculations and they have continuous tests and continuous practices that things are going smoothly and the quality assurance programs. So, and the next comes on lean manufacturing on this. So this is mainly lean manufacturing, mainly rather than the quality. When we look on the quality assurance side, um, it's an efficiency system. Now, so far we have when we are talking about automotive segment, so far we are talking about the quality or safety, but mainly, like all the automobile companies are the stakeholders or organizations that is not managed by the government organization, that all are private equity owned organizations or the automobile manufacturers. So when we are talking about quality and survival and as well as assurance and quality management, they have to serve as well, because the efficiency is the another part for the development of any industry. So here lean manufacturing means efficiency system or originated from Toyota to eliminate waste and improve productivity. So let's have a look. Let's have a peep on this automotive and EV. This is mainly passenger vehicles, electric vehicles, and batteries, charging systems, autonomous systems, automotive electronics. That mainly we are talking about the quality and APQP and PPAP. That is the automotive quality planning tools issued by AIAG ensure systematic product development and product approval, because the shapes of the vehicles are changing day by day, because it's mainly depends on the speed activity. It's easily pushed into the air, so that is another parameter or another criteria all the automobile companies are looking for. And the next comes on Six Sigma. This is a process improvement methodology developed by Motorola and GE to minimize defects and variability using statistical methods. Nowadays, every industry and every departments of the companies are also use Six Sigma for the efficiency system. And the next one, lean manufacturing, that's efficiency system that's started from Toyota to eliminate waste and improve productivity. So the lean manufacturing, one of the practices normally remain is bullwhip effect. So what is the bullwhip effect? Suppose, if an example, a particular bullwhip effect is going to, if bullwhip effect happening, a company is going to be end soon. So the Toyota have showed an example of how to be controlled and how to do the lean manufacturing system. It's mainly, I said, based on the bullwhip effect. Suppose example, if a car manufacturing company is producing 1,000 cars in a week, 1,000 cars in a week, a manufacturing company, but they are the sales department or marketing department cannot sell the 1,000 or maybe even 900 or maybe they were able to sell only 200 cars. So the next 800 cars will be carried forward to the next month. So you notice now the 800 cars are pending now, that is not sold by the marketing or sales department. Then again, the next month also there is a shortage of 400 cars only sold. So 600 cars are balance on. So now totally the 1,400 cars are pending among 2,000 cars created in 2 weeks. So this carrying effect is one of the blow that may able to affect any organization. It's a simple example. It's one of the parameters about the lean manufacturing. So this is so in that case, this particular automobile company is going to end, or they are not going to survive in a particular period. So this is an example how the bullwhip effect will affect on lean manufacturing system, and that will end up in a company's disaster. So these programs, this is also so this is essential for a company's survival and company's growth. So this is also a management and assurance program based on the productivity. So hope everyone is clear on this. So let's go to the next slide. So the next we are discuss about the renewable energy. And so mainly this is comes on the solar. This renewable energy is the third parameter. That's the solar panels, wind turbines, energy storage systems, smart grids, power inverters. So these are the major elements on the renewable energy. So for this, energy management, ISO 50001 is the energy management, energy efficiency, and reduce environmental impact. And ISO 55000 is an asset management system issued by ISO to optimize life cycle performance to physical assets. And next comes on this renewable energy IEC standards, International Electrotechnical Commission for Quality Electrical Energy Standards, issued by IEC to ensure safety, performance, and interoperability of energy systems. So renewable energy mainly comes on, solar panels is an example for. So now let's see, we have power or we have electricity. So how we are used the electricity? So there are many countries are using by using the dams, and that is by using the dams and the coal and wind turbines. But using the water and the dams are a little more reasonable. And the wind turbines again is expensive, but the most reasonable one is solar panels. So suppose example, when we are talking about there are very limited countries are using nuclear energy. That's not at all safer. Nuclear energy for the electricity uh, production. So even though when a country or particular organization do the electric production, they have to carry long way to kilometers and kilometers through the electric wires that should have to be carried out. So this all are considered to be now it's going to change. Now day by day it's taking change by change changing day by day. So I would noticed, there's in India, the country India showed an example for this. So how they showed an example for this electricity production, because in India there is an airport called Cochin International Airport. What they're doing is they have deployed the solar panels in all over the plain areas, and the electricity produced, because they don't have to depend on the electric demand, they don't have to depend on the power failures. So they have deployed the solar panels and distributed the electricity all over the airports use. And there is a balance. Electricity is produced. The balance are they are selling to the government authorized electric supply departments. So, for example, this has already came to the notice of the United Nations, and they have appreciated the efforts done by this particular airport for starting solar panels and distributing their own use, and they are again selling this. So UN taken is in one of the major best practices in the renewable energy segment over the globe. And United Nations, so they have, they have already recommended many countries, and many countries now that this particular Indian airport is, training many countries to start, many airports and many organizations start this solar renewed energy panels, and so making renewable energy successful, and quality assurance and management based renewable energy programs. So the next we are discussing about the software, and still we are remaining on the tier one only, software and artificial intelligence, enterprise software or mobile applications and AI models. AI models and cloud platforms and cybersecurity systems as comes on global quality and assurance management among this core scientific quality domains, tier one. These are the next ones. Software and artificial intelligence comes on the next place. So this is based on ISO IEC 25010 is the first one, software quality model issued by ISO and IEC to evaluate functionality, reliability, security, and usability of a software systems. And today's world, today's cultured and developed world, there is no industry and there's no organizations and there's no traveling, and nothing takes place without the software. So next comes on ISO IEC I2007. This is a software life cycle standard issued by ISO IEC, standard development testing. This is another one. And the next one is capability maturity model integration. This is the process when it's once produced, the process maturity program. This is developed by Carnegie Mellon University to improve organizational software development capability. So as in the beginning, we have discussed about there is no industry remain ISO, because the ISO, because the people are now we are buying any brand, we are buying and looking, what is the classification of the quality assurance. We are drinking, a bottle of water from outside, or we are drinking anything, or we are buying anything. We normally look for the quality branding on the top of that branding or the label. So similarly, software is also very important on this segment is concerned. Like when we are talking about when the first on this core scientific quality domains we have gone through is tier one, that is the aerospace. So we have noticed on that there is a 0.06 fatalities. So software also is a support for this, because airlines or any airlines is done by software. It's done by any finance, any banks, or any organizations, or any even any organization you go, or you can see that you can see there won't be any industry. There's no life without software. So For the smooth functioning, the quality assurance, the ISO in softwares are essential. The next on tier one is semiconductors, electronics, microchip, processors, memory devices, sensors, integrated circuits, electronic components. When we are talking about computer, or we were talking about computers, or we were talking about aircrafts, and we are talking about automobiles. All these run or operated by the chip that is used inside, that is the mainly semiconductors or electronics. So microchips and processors, memory devices, sensors, and integrated circuits, electronics. So there are, many industries are, if they don't get any industry, if a car cannot be produced if they haven't received microchips for that. A plane cannot be run, a bank cannot run, or the software cannot run without microchips. So these are also important for our daily to-day activities. So like assurance of human development and hassle-free life. So here we are mainly we would say JEDC standards, Joint Electron Device Engineering Council is a global industry organization that developed open standards for the microelectronics industry and semiconductor standards issued by JEDEC. That means Joint Electron Device Engineering Council. It ensure compatibility, that means usage, and reliability, that means usability, and the quality, and whether they are going to survive, because any product they wants to, the producers wants to sell in the market, they wants to, the buyer will buy that product based on the quality. It means or how long that particular product is going to use by particular users. To that aspect, quality in electron components are essential. The next on IPC standards on electronics manufacturing standards issued by IPC. And then similarly, ISO 146444 clean room standard issued by ISO to control contamination in semiconductor fabrication environments. The contamination means like any kind of insects or anything comes on that may be contaminated, that will be affect the operation of that particular um, element. And statistical process control method developed by Walter Stewart to monitor and control manufacturing variability. So, these microchips, because in a computer, the microchips are doing the analytics or statistical control. So that is also a prominent part. The chips plays a prominent part on the statistical analytics. And the next design of Six Sigma, we have explained on what is mean Six Sigma. Design for Six Sigma method used to design new products, process, or services so that they meet customer requirements with minimal defects from the every beginning. So this scenario, the present quality, the new methodology or using new design is industry essential for any industry's concern. I know there are you are sure like because the history of Nokia, because they are never noticed new products design. So they are not in the, because they were the giants in the mobile giants once in the globe, but they are not seen anywhere in the globe nowadays. So that is a clear example, uh, how Six Sigma and so the quality-based Six Sigma method design and new products are essential. This is proven. Like lean technology we have explaining about Toyota. This is mainly the core Six Sigma is born mainly the Japanese products, because they are their automatic automobile segments are the pioneers in the Six Sigma process, because they are already proved they are successful in the segment. The next comes on education. Um, Among this, education is also because the culture, a country's development and human beings' development and the culture of a society, a country's development is essential, is in education. So on this, the academic programs, curricula, online courses, certifications, learning platforms are borne by ISO standards. The number one is ISO 21001, born by UK Educational Organization Management System, issued by ISO. And issued by ISO is enhanced learning quality, institutional effectiveness, and stakeholder and certified. You know, all the most of the organizations also call for the ISOs and the NAC. NAC stands for National Assessment and Accreditation Council. And India and different countries also have, globally also have different NAC accreditation systems. That's accredits higher education institutions. It operates under university. In India, it operates under university. And next comes on National Board Accreditation. It's accredited by USA and Australia and other countries and India also. The National Board of Accreditation is another autonomous body in India that accredits technical and professional education programs. The next one is also in Indian programs. And the next comes on ABETs and Engineering Accreditation issues by Accreditation Board for Engineer and Technology by USA. And the next is AACSB, Association of Advanced College School of Business based in USA. The next comes on OBE, Outcome Based on Education. That is an academic quality framework promoted by, that's a accordance, that means a treaty by Washington, that is a US accord in 1989, followed by its 32 full signatory or countries are there, this particular regulation that have US, UK, Australia, Canada, India, Japan, and Korea, etc., have legally bound their engineering accreditation to OBE. That is done through all the concerned regulatory or their country's regulatory authorities. In every country have their own regulatory authorities on the education is concerned. And the next comes on food and agriculture. This is processed foods, beverages, dairy products. Is also we have already mentioned on the earlier dairy products, crops, packages, food, agri products. So food safety management system issued by ISO or HACCP. So there is there is no food is produced without proper licensing or HACCP standards. Because yes, certain funguses or viruses may cause maybe 1 day or 2 day, the systemless keeping a food proper unhygienic places may cause a death of an individuals or human beings also. So that aspect, HACCP is very prominent. HACCP is hazardous analysis or critical control points. You can see any food manufacturers by certified by HACCP, certified organization certified. They might be necessarily they because if you would have noticed any food that you are buying in a packed or anything as such packed only, that would be certified by HACCP. So food hazard control system is developed by NASA, and NASA is the first promoters, and Pillsbury endorsed by World Health Organization FAO. And the next comes on FSSAI, Food Regulation Authority, issued by, there is another organization based on India. And India is exporting any food authorities, it would have necessarily, the food certification is necessary. The next is an international organization, and the GAP is a good agriculture practices. And the last also is controlled by Indian organization. The next comes on healthcare. And so we have already noticed earlier, because we are taken here 10 major industries in the globally. That comes on 10 major industries in the globally, essential for human beings' existence. That means human beings can live comfortably, happily, safely, and without any worries if these 10 management and assurance or major global industries have taken place smoothly. So the first comes on, so this lies on applied social and quality domains, that is means tier 2. So the first comes on healthcare. Hospitals have accreditations these days, medical services, diagnosis services, pharmaceuticals, and medical equipment. So in short, you can see that hospital accreditation is essential to improve. That helped us as a patient. Anybody visit a hospital, they can now, without worries, they can consult the authorities because they have the accreditation. And nowadays, the hospitals are uh, competing to get different accreditation like JCI, NABH, or JCI, or ISO, and clinic MOHFO. So these are the certain quality domains in the healthcare is concerned. So just note down, all countries have their own regulatory, that means their government's healthcare practices, they are controlled by government related. Each countries have the related their own regulatory authorities or boards will be there to take care of this. And the next comes on the tier 2, next comes on finance and services. So banking services and insurance products, digital payments, financial platforms, customer services. So these all are all stands for the two-tier and assurance in major global industries. Banking services, the economy stands based on the money, the economic development, or every individual lives based on the finance or transactions on the money, because every individual is transacting the money. So we need a assurance from the authorities the money we are transacted or we are used reach to the concerned authority on the right place on the right time accordingly. And so economically, a country's development is based on mainly, you may have seen that GDP is the first criteria of country or a national's development measured based on the financial aspects. And the second is per capita income of an individual. That is the second major criteria of a country's development. So it depends on the different. So this financial segment depends on the country's development is calculated. That means gross domestic products. That means how much products are produced by a country in a particular uh, year. So when many people are talking about US, why they are talking about the US? Because US stands first in the GDP globally. So similarly, uh, per capita income means a human being's income is considered another criteria or parameter for development of an individual's concern, and as well as a country's factors also this. So we have mentioned this. This is a Basel 2 is the first one on the banking risk framework. And next comes on business continuity management system issued by ISO. And the next also, these are the major management assurance and on the finance segment. So this is much for today. Hope you are clear about what we discussed. And as well as I believe that you all are enjoyed your session. And I believe also you have got a lot of inputs. This session helped you to get a lot of inputs. And thank you for being here. Anybody have any doubts? Please, you're free to
Yeah,
ask
sir.
any.
Assalamu alaikum. Sir,
So,
sir, can you speak more, please, for lean manufacturing?
say again.
Lean manufacturing, please.
Lead manufacturing. Okay.
Yes, please.
So that is means like, I will repeat again because that lean manufacturing mainly means I will say again. That means I explained about I'll repeat the same thing only so that it will be more easy to, get an idea. Lean manufacturing mainly if a company producing 1,000 cars in a week. Okay. So that is, if they are not careful about the lean manufacturing, that will go to the bullwhip effect. That's what you're saying. So an example, this bullwhip effect comes under lean manufacturing. So 1,000 cars produced by a car manufacturing company in a week. And among these 1,000 cars, they are able to, the marketing or sales team, able to sell only 200 cars. So the balance, gentlemen, like balance remains is 800 cars, correct? Mr. Said? Hello?
Yes,
Hello,
please.
Said? Yeah, you're here. So the balance is 800 cars, right?
Yes.
So the 800 cars is, so they have forwarded to the next week, correct now? So again next week, they have produced again 1,000 cars. That also they have able to sell only 100 cars. So that means again 900 cars are balanced from that second week, right?
Yes, right.
So overall 1,700 cars are now the second week.
Exactly, 1,700.
Yeah, 1,700 cars are pending now. So again, this process goes on. Their car showroom or wherever they keeping the yard, the car yard is going to fill with the cars. So that means they are not sold or the selling is not happening or taking place properly. So that means this company is going to face a disaster. Very simple, right?
Yeah, right, sir.
So this is the concern authority. They are very careful. Each department has to take care of. So the normally on the industries concern, automobile industry concerned, operational and sales department together has to look into, and logistics department together has to look into the aspect, and they have to verify this process. So or this may be end up in a organization's disaster. So that's what it's mean by bullwhip effect in lean manufacturing. Is clear now?
It's clear. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Said. All right. So once again, thank you very much, and we'll catch you another time. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.